Shazam Explained, Black Adam. Greetings, spectators of myth, and welcome to the Black Adam edition of Shazam Explained. Today, we travel to lands of ancient Egypt and the DC Universe realm of Kahndaq to bring you the lowdown on Black Adam's origin and the mythical figures he draws his power from. Also, watch right through and you'll learn why he is DC's ace in the hole against Marvel. Whenever Billy Batson yells Shazam, he turns into the champion of the same name. However, he is not the only one to undergo such a transformation. For those of you who don't know, Shazam is an acronym for Solomon, Hercules, Atlas, Zeus, Achilles, and Mercury. Batson's transformation is endowed with these mythical figures' traits and powers. However, for the first champion of Shazam, the acronym stands for even earlier myths. This is the case with Black Adam, who acquires the power of 6 ancient Egyptian gods. These are the stamina of Shu, the swiftness of Heru, the strength of Amon, the wisdom of Zehuti, the power of Aton, and the courage of Mehen. Their names may be unrecognizable, but we'll get into that in a bit. Altogether, they make Adam a devastating force who is at least equal to Batson's transformation and power, but far more ruthless and cunning in his modus operandi. This is probably down to his millennia of experience. See, he's over 5,000 years old. That's if we go by his origin in the Marvel Family #1. Over 5,000 years ago, the place is ancient Egypt, and the wizard Shazam has gained the ear of the pharaoh Ramses II, operating as the land's high priest. A brave and noble prince named Teth Adam has gotten the mystic's attention. He calls the young man forth and has him speak the magical word Shazam. In an instant, Adam becomes Armageddon incarnate. For a time, he served as his land's champion until he decided he'd be best placed to rule. Adam took the throne for himself, and to punish him for his evil acts, the wizard banished him to the most distant star in the universe. Black Adam then spent the next 5,000 years flying back to Earth and was able to do so thanks in part to the stamina of Shu. Shu is the Egyptian god of light and air. He is sometimes associated with the Greek titan Atlas who held up the cosmos. Ancient Egyptians are said to have thought that Shu's separation from sky and the ground was pivotal in the manifestation of life on Earth. Just like the stamina of Atlas provides Billy Batson with limitless endurance, so too does the stamina of Shu for Black Adam. This helps him travel through space unaided. Adam was sent to the farthest star in the solar system. The farthest observed star by humanity is Max J1149 lensed star 1, better known as Icarus, and that's over 9 billion light-years from Earth. For clarity, 1 light-year is 9,461 billion kilometers. Now multiply that by 9 billion, and after some major brain ache, we get the distance Adam had to cover. He traveled 85 sextillion, 149 quintillion kilometers in 5,000 years. That's a lot of zeros. Further broken down, that means he's traveled 180,000 times the speed of light, which for those of you who don't know is nearly 300,000 kilometers per second. Well, didn't this turn into an extended math lesson? So, how can Black Adam move so fast? Well, that's down to the swiftness of Heru. Heru is better known as the ancient Egyptian deity Horus, the god of the sky. In fact, it was thought that Horus was the sky itself and that both the sun and the moon lived within him. He's usually shown as a falcon-headed man due to his connection with the sky. So now we've established Adam's speed. We'll continue with his story. After traveling through the cosmos, Adam arrives back on Earth in the modern era and does battle with Shazam, then called Captain Marvel. He fights him and a few other heroes to a standstill. Adam manages this in part thanks to the strength of Amon. Amon was often called the king of the gods in ancient Egypt and was usually considered one of the most powerful. He later combined with the sun god Ra and became known as Amon-Ra, and as a result was even more mighty. With that might, Black Adam is Superman levels of strong. He battled not only the Man of Steel, but also groups of DC's strongest heroes and has managed to hold his own and then some. What's even more astonishing about Adam is that he's got the brain power to match all that brawn, and he gets that from the wisdom of Zehuti. Zehuti, better known as Thoth, was the Egyptian god of wisdom, magic, and writing. He's typically shown as a man with the head of a bird. Thoth was also said to be the god of the moon. With his special-powered brain, Adam is a hyper-intelligent being capable of speaking all languages. He can comprehend gods and their interplay with the mortal realm. He is a master tactician, and all of Adam's powers are further augmented by the power of Aton. Once associated with the sun god Ra, Aton is a sun disk and, at times, an ancient Egyptian deity of the solar body. Aton is often shown as a circular disk with reaching rays of light and sunshine. In fact, Atonism was once its own religion, but was wiped out. The power of Aton works similar to how the power of Zeus works for Billy Batson, with both providing the magical lightning bolt that thunders them into their respective champions. But all of this is nothing without the courage of Mehen, and that makes Adam indestructible. Mehen was an ancient Egyptian snake deity. This god's name translates to Coiled One. He protects the sun god Ra as he journeys through the night or underworld. Mehen is also a board game from ancient Egypt, but its relationship to the snake god is unknown. With the courage of Mehen, Black Adam is invulnerable to almost all attacks. He can recover instantly from any hit, and if he does, by chance, perish, chances are the Egyptian gods will bring him back to life. So, to recap, Black Adam's Shazam stands for Shu, Heru, Amon, Zehuti, Aton, and Mehen. All of these gods come from the time of ancient Egypt and make Adam a match to, if not better than, Billy Batson and Superman. But despite all of his superpowered smarts and talents, Adam still lost to Shazam way back when. See, he was tricked into saying the magical word for the first time since he transformed into his champion all those millennia ago, and that didn't turn out well for him. The word reverted him to his human self, and thousands of years of aging caught up with him real fast, turning his mortal innards to dust and leaving nothing left but a skeleton. Despite this, his story origin would later be revised multiple times over the years. He has been everything from an archaeologist to the ruthless dictator of his homeland, the fictional Middle Eastern land of Kahndaq. He once slaughtered an entire nation of 2 million people for revenge against their part in his family's death. More recent takes on the character have been much less dark, but even so, he still remains, by all means, one of DC's most powerful and interesting characters. And watch this space, because in the coming years, Black Adam is going to be absolutely massive. Remember how earlier we called him DC's ace in the hole? Well, we're not kidding. That's because none other than Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is signed up to play the character in a solo film scheduled for release sometime in the near future. With that, we reckon DC and Warner Brothers are slowly building something that may rival Marvel one day. Sure, Justice League and BVS were so-so, but with Wonder Woman and Aquaman both proving mega popular, all they need to do is stay the course. And if Shazam is, as early reviews indicate, a hit, then the star power of those films combined with The Rock will surely make them a force to be reckoned with. That, plus there's the novelty of seeing the most electrifying man in sports entertainment becoming actually electrified, courtesy of an Aton lightning bolt. All via CGI, of course. So, what say you, spectator of myth? Can you smell what Kahndaq is cooking?